Hi, it's me, Sam, and this is By Hook or By Needles. And today I would like to introduce you to my Trical-a-thon. Now, what's a Trical-a-thon? Well, allow me to show you. I am going to be making 3 cows over the next 3 months, and it's these cows here. I'm going to be making all 3 of these over the next 3 months. This is week 1, where I'm basically just introducing you to the 3 crochet alongs, introducing you to the designers, the colors I'm going to be using, and a few details in case you want to join along. You can use your stash, you can use the kits available, or you can just whatever. You can just wing it and do whatever you want to do. You can do them all in one color. You could do them in variegated. It really doesn't matter. It's entirely up to you what you do if you decide to do it at all. I love this time of year. For me, I call this the cow season, because it seems to be the time of year that all of the designers release their crochet alongs, and I usually can't decide on one, so I usually do more than one. And this year I'm doing these 3. I'll get the pointing right in the end. Okay, so we're going to first look at the one that is on the far right. Now this one is a design by, it's called the Solstice Star cow. And it is a free crochet along that is released, or has been, or is being released, I should say, by Crystals and Crochet. Now, if you don't know Crystals and Crochet is actually Helen Shrimpton. Helen Shrimpton is a UK-based crocheter and designer, and she has been making these cows for many, many years. She is the designer of the crochet along that I have on my lap at the moment, the Mandala Madness. I knew the name would come to me, and that was, I think, her first one, and that was going back quite a few years ago. So she crochets them all. It's free. This one runs over 7 weeks, so it's not going to take up the full 12 weeks. I'm starting the crochet alongs. Like I said, this is just the introduction week. I'm going to actually start physically doing them and giving you updates every week. The updates will come out on a Saturday, so I will show you what I've gotten up to and show you the if I can find, if part 2 has been released, I'll show you that and all that sort of thing. Now, there are kits available, or I'm not sure if they will still be available, from Wool Warehouse. That is where I got my kit. I usually buy the kits for Helen Shrimpton's crochet alongs because they're usually very reasonably priced. Helen is a very sensible, I think, designer, in that when she does a crochet along, she doesn't really go for the always expensive options and always, high price sort of, yarns. So it really is affordable for anybody. Now, I'm going to show you my colors. I am actually going to do it in the colors that you have just seen. Let me show you a closer up of that. Okay, so this is the Solstice Star. This is a picture I've taken from her website. It is crystalsandcrochet.com is the website. I'm going to put all the links in the description box for you to go and have a look. There are 3 colorways with this particular crochet along. I have chosen this one because I just wanted to do one with Christmassy colors. But there is the Christmassy colored one. There is one that is mostly pale blue. You will see it if you go to the website. And there's one that is more of a turquoisey and purple combination. Now, this cowl runs between the 3rd of October and the 14th of November. But because I'm doing 3 cows at the same time, I will be running these right up until about the last update I hope to show you, with them all completed. I hope to be the 20th of December. Because this one only runs over, what did I say, 7 weeks, you will be seeing this for the first 3 weeks. You will be seeing every week, but then after that, you're going to be seeing it every second week, because in the off weeks, I'm going to be showing you another cow, which only also runs for a shorter period of time, and so they'll be alternating. So yeah, this is one, and it will finish. I will hopefully have it finished by the 20th of December, when I will show you all of the finished crochet alongs. Now the sizes for this crochet along are 155 centimeters square. So it's 155 centimeters by 155 centimeters, or 61 inches. Okay, now the colors that are in the cowl are they're all the special Stylecraft special DK yarns. There's black, that is one color. Then there is the red. Oops, got shadows coming from somewhere. The special Stylecraft special DK. I always call it SSDK for short. So it's SSDK red, of course, because it's Christmas. I've got a green as well, a lovely green, and a white. At one point, I did consider that maybe I should change the black for a blue or a silver or something, and I decided no, I would just get the kit as it was and use the black. Now the kit, I think, cost me about, it was 35 or 36 UK pound, but I'm not sure if there'll be many left. Usually Helen Shrimpton's kits go pretty fast. As I say, there are 3 kits available, but these are the 4 colors I am using, which are the 4 colors that she has selected. So, on to the next one. Now, this one is called Autumn Delight. It is, it's created by Crochet, Hooks, and Magic. I don't have a name for the specific designer, but that's the name of the web page. Once again, I'm going to put the link to the web page and a link to the Wool Warehouse kit page, if the kits are still available. Now, they were available when I last checked, and the price had been dramatically reduced because, I'll show you in a minute the yarn, because one of the yarns had been dramatically discounted, I think because they were discontinuing the yarn. Now, there are 2 colorways, but there's only this one colorway available on the website, or was on the website. But you could basically use any self-striping yarn, like what is shown there, and a solid. You could use any combination that you really liked. Okay. So let me tell you a little bit about this cowl. It is already finished. This one is a paid crochet along. I'm going to put the link also to the Ravelry page. You can buy it on the website, their website, or on Ravelry. Like I said, by the time you see this video, the cowl would have released its last part. But I will be doing this along with the other one. This one only ran over 6 weeks. So this is the other one that is going to, I'm going to alternate weeks in between, and this will fill in the slots in between the Solstice Star. So every week you're going to be seeing at least two, you will see 2 crochet alongs, because the big one, which is coming up in a minute that I'm going to show you, takes the whole 12 weeks. So what yarns did I use? Well, the yarn on the kit was the home brand. Well, I said the home brand. It's the Wool Warehouse own brand, and that is, whoops, the Create. This is the Yarnsmith Create yarn. It is a really, really lovely yarn. I've got to tell you, it is a good price. It is cheaper at the moment than the special DK, but it is almost identical in almost every way to the special DK. I really do like this yarn, and it is so reasonable. I think at the moment it is £1.80 per ball, per skein. So yeah, you can't really beat that. And this is a double knit, as was the Helen Shrimpton one. The Solstice Star also double knit, which is 8 ply, which is 3 weight. Okay, so I'm using the white for the white part, the main color, or the solid color. And I did order the kit, as I say, which had the pink and the red and the orange that you would have seen in the other picture. But then what happened was, I got the 3 the 3 cakes of that color, and I started getting worried because, as I say, they were chucking these cakes out at ridiculously low price, like £3 a cake. You've seen these in the past. I've shown them on my website in the past. I've bought them in the past in huge numbers because of the really drastically reduced price. I'm starting to think that they are discontinuing either the colors. At first I thought they were discontinuing the colors because they only had a few colors that they were reduced to £3. Then they reduced all the others. So I'm kind of thinking they're discontinuing all the colors, or discontinuing the brand. Anyway, so I thought, oh, if I've got 3 cakes in the color, and then I thought, what if I run out? You know, we always buy more than we need to. So I got, so it's still the Elvis yarn. Oops, a shadow, go away, shadow. Where is that shadow? Okay, so I got the Elvis yarn still. The other one was the Millie color. It was called Millie, Milly. And that is the color that you will get in the kit if you do decide to buy the kit, if the kit is still available. I had multiple skeins of this. I've got about 8 all up, and that is a darker green in the middle, which isn't really showing up very well. Yeah, it's a darker green. Sadly, it's not showing up very well. And I just thought, A, these colors are more autumnal to me than the Millie colorway, and B, I've got more of this. So I thought, well, you know, I mean, it's one thing if you run out of white. White is easily replaced. But if I ran out of the Millie before the end, and they have discontinued it, I was just worried that I wouldn't get any more. So that's why I went for this one. And this is the Chet, I think, Chet. This is a Chet colorway that I got. So the kit says you require three of these and 4 of these. But now I've got 4 of these, and like I say, these are easily replaced. I could replace this just as easily with a special DK white, or just buy a few more of them. I think I've got a few of these actually in my stash, so I probably didn't need to buy the kit, but I did anyway. What else do we need to know about this one? Autumn Delight is 6 weeks. So the cowl has already finished, but I'm going to be doing it at the same time as the others, just to make it a little more interesting. It's an 8-ply yarn. Links in the description. Size is, even though it's a hexagon, it's going to be 132 centimeters by 132 centimeters, or 52 inches by 52 by 52. Okay, so that's the size. As I say, it is a paid cow. It is £7.50. So whatever that is in your currency, that was about 15 Australian dollars, and I'm going to guess around 10 or 11 US dollars in case you want to buy it. But go to the links in the description box to check out exactly how much it will cost you to buy the pattern, if you want to join me. Now this is the third crochet along I am going to be doing over the next 3 months. It is called the Bloom, I think. What is it called? Universe in Bloom. There are 6 colorways available. I am doing this particular colorway, which is called Rainbow. Okay, now this rainbow one requires 1900 gram color crafter skeins from Skepiers, in 11 different colors. I'm not doing these colors, and I'll show you why. So why am I not using those colors? Well, I went to Wool Warehouse, once again, is selling the kits. I'm not sure if the kits are still available. There are 6 colorways. 3 of them are in Color Crafter from Skepiers, and 3 are in, I think it's Reclaimed Cotton from Skepiers. So they're overpriced. I'm sorry, Skepiers. Personal opinion, of course, I believe both your acrylic and all of your yarns are really lovely. They're beautiful yarns, but I find them overpriced. That's just me. Maybe I'm cheap. I probably am. Especially when I want to do 3 crochet alongs at once. I cannot afford to buy the cotton ones because I'm looking at almost, I think I worked it out to be $300 Australian dollars to buy and do one. So that is why I'm not doing any of the cotton ones. But what I did do, I went to the site and I looked at the list of colors that Scapiers were asking us to buy in Color Crafter, and using my best color matching abilities that were available to me online. Granted, not the best way to do color matching, but I don't have much of a choice. I swapped all of the colors except for one with my other favorite yarn. My favorite yarn. Oh, that shadow's bothering me. Shadow's real pain. The Yarnsmiths Create. So I got the Yarnsmiths Create. I replaced all the other colors that were suggested with Yarnsmiths Create, except for this one, which is the Hengelo. And the only reason I did that was because I had the Skepiers color chart open and the Yarnsmiths color chart open, and I was trying to match them up, and then I must have accidentally clicked add to cart on the Skepiers instead of on the Yarnsmith side, and that's the only reason I've ended up getting this. Now, what will I say about the differences between these? This has slightly more meterage, yardage, slightly softer, but and I think it's anti-pill, which is always a bonus. But this is half price, half of this, at least half of this. The kit for this in this one was going to be I think it was £65, which is around about 130 Australian dollars. And that to me, that was just a little bit out of my price range. I managed to get all of the Yarnsmith Creates for, it was less than half. It was 65 for the color crafter, and I got this for about, I think it was between 30 and 35 pound. So that's why I went with that. And I matched up the colors as best I could, like I say. So what colors am I using? Well, there's I'm just going to show them to you. I'm not going to bother telling you the colors, just so you can see what colors I'm just using. So I've got that, a deep sort of purple. There's a light pink and a dark pink. There's another two purples, a medium and a dark, which sort of, there's sort of three purples in this is the rainbow kit. There is just the one red that I'm using, a yellow, oops, upside down, a yellow, Yarnsmith, a green, that's a pretty green actually, a blue, a dark green, which is Sin Better Days. Looks like it's been attacked by one of my cats, which is highly possible. They do like to get inside the bags and rummage around. And then this really beautiful color, which is called light turquoise. And I really do, get out the shadow. I give up. Light turquoise. It's a very pretty color. Anyway, so they are the colors I'm putting into the Skip-Years free cow, which is running over 12 weeks. Now that one starts on the 8th of October all the way to the 17th of December. And that is the one you're going to see each and every week. You're going to see my progress. I'm just going to show you my progress. I am not doing a tutorial for them. I am not showing you the pattern for them. I am not showing you how to crochet them or anything like that. I am just showing you what I have done. I'm showing you updates. There possibly will be updates twice a week, depending on progress, and if I sort of am behind, I might need to do another update to show you one that is a little bit behind or something. But 2 updates maybe will be a good idea, because I will be showing you 2 blankets every week, because I'm alternating the Helen Shrimpton and the other one, the Autumn Delight, so that they're every week. Okay, so that's the yarns. Okay, so a little bit more about the Skip-Years blanket. This one is the biggest of them all. It is 160 centimeters by 160 centimeters if you are using the Yarnsmith or the Color Crafter yarns, which is about 63 by 63 inches. If you use the recycled, reclaimed, or whatever they call it, cotton, it is going to be 145 centimeters by 145 centimeters, which is, I didn't put in that one. Let me get my measuring tape out. 150, 140, 57 inches. Okay, so it's going to be 4 inches smaller, which isn't a huge amount really. I suppose it's 8 inches, 4 inches each side. No, 4 inches in total, Sam. 2 inches each side. Anyway, so as I say, this one is a free cow. It's released weekly. And there are 6 colorways you can choose from. And if you want to you might want to do the cotton colorways in Color Crafter, or in the Special DK, or in the Yarnsmiths, or whatever, or from your stash. you're obviously going to need a little bit more yarn. If you're going to be using a thicker yarn, you're going to probably end up needing more yarn, but that's okay. You can, because the cotton ones, I think you're using a 3mm hook on the skepiers, whereas the on the cotton one, or 4mm hook on the color crafter one. What else did I need to tell you about those color crafters? Oh, the designer for the skepiers is Dedri Uys, Uys, Owls, Ooze. I apologize. I'm not. I might have got one of the versions correct. Dedri is from. I think she's the woman behind Look What I've Made, and she does some really pretty designs. Now you may have noticed with the designs. Let me see if I can find. I know I haven't got my. I might have the picture. I'm going to show you the image, the screenshot of the cow. Where is it? There it is. No, we don't want that one. We're going to remove that one. And we want to enlarge this one. So you've got all three of the cows there. This is week 1. As you can see, I think it's still uploading. There it is. Okay. As you can see, they are 3 very different blankets, Afghans, whatever you want to call them. The middle one is the Mosaic. That's the Autumn Delight. The Bloom, Universe in Bloom, is almost rectangular, I think. A normal, what I would call as normal crochet. And then you've got the square. Actually, no, it must be square, the Universe in Bloom, because I'm told it's 160 by 160, so it's got to be square. Why does it look up? It looks rectangular there. Anyway, so yeah, the other one is like goes from circle to star to square. Then you've got one that goes from star to circle to square, or it looks like it goes to an octagon before it goes to the square. And then, of course, you've got the other one in the middle, which is a hexagon. And it looks like it goes from circle, star, hexagon. So, excuse me, they are all very, very different and very, very pretty. I'm sure you will agree. So I hope you join me for these. You know, when I say join me, just join me in doing them behind the scenes. Obviously, I can't show you how to do them. Oh, that was the other thing I should say. Solstice Star and the Universe in Bloom both usually come as Helen, Shrimpton and Skepiers almost always every year so far that I am aware of. They do free video crochet along tutorials, and it's like every stitch that they will show you. You know, they'll show you every stitch in the repeat, and then you can just keep going back and repeating it. So you don't even need to download the pattern for them, really. You can probably just watch the videos if that's, you know, you can't read patterns. They're very, very friendly in that way. The videos are usually really spot on. They're really well done. There has been issues in the past with both Helen's and Skepiers where sometimes they will make a double crochet, for example, and they will tell you it's a single crochet or a treble or something like that. And that's because they're working in 2 different languages. They're using UK and US, and they might get confused. Or sometimes they just forget what they're doing and they say the wrong thing. So usually I find that every error like that, if you follow what they do, not what they say, you should be okay. Alternatively, go and have a look at the pattern and see what the pattern says. The pattern is always correct, is what we are told. The pattern wording is always correct. The Skepiers and the Solstice Star both come in, I believe, UK and US terminologies, so you can download the different terminologies for your own self, but the videos are always in US terminology. So they do not do a UK terminology video and a US terminology video. So keep that in mind. Autumn Delight. Now, Autumn Delight, new designer. I've never done her before. Sounds awful, doesn't it? I've never done her design of hers before, so I'm looking forward to it. I was a little bit worried when I saw the first few pattern weeks come through, and because I suddenly realized there was no video backup for these. So you do need to know how to read a pattern, sorry. And it is mosaic, and it uses some interesting different techniques to normal mosaic. It is done in overlay mosaic. There is no chart that I have seen yet, but that might be just me overlooking it because I haven't had a really good look at it. But what I will say is the description for how to do the new sort of diagonal stitches, spot on. That is done in drawing format, where she colorizes the stitches and tells you you've got to take your stitch and you've got to go into this stitch, which is this color, and then do this and this and this, and you've got to, and it's really very detailed. Then I've gone to the pattern to have a look and see how complex that is going to be, because it is obviously a mosaic in the round from center out. And there are pictures for every stage, I've noticed, with her pattern. So I think even if you can't read patterns or don't read patterns or whichever way you want to word it, it will probably be doable. And in fact, I would say all three of these, if you do not read patterns or can't read patterns, you say you can't. I don't believe that. I believe everyone can read a pattern, unless they physically can't see the pattern. I believe everyone can read a pattern and follow along with a pattern once they learn how. It's like I say, I can't ride a bike. Well, no, I can't ride a bike because I've never really learned how to ride a bike. If I learned how to ride a bike, I probably could learn to ride a bike. But I always say I can't ride a bike. So, but these are all perfect ways to learn to read patterns, because you get now Solstice Star from Helen Shrimpton's. She will provide 2 patterns to download. One is like a printer friendly, it's no pictures. And the second one is got pictures as well. All right. Plus there is the video. So when you're doing Helen Shrimpton's designs, you are being spoon-fed every stitch. It is fantastic for learning how to read a pattern. And in fact, when I first started following and doing Helen Shrimpton's designs, I was not familiar with her pattern writing style. It's a great style, I've got to say. It's great. I mean, it's so easy to follow. But with her style, it was different to the style I'd seen before, but I prefer her style. Anyway, so I found that by having the picture tutorial and the video, it helped me understand better how she was writing. And I think that could be the case for anybody who struggles with reading patterns. You will have 2 other sources to back you up. You will have the photos and you will have the video. I'm trying to remember if Skepiers do photos. I think they probably do, but perhaps not as prolifically as Helen Shrimpton's designs. Sorry, I really can't remember. It's been a while since I've done. I haven't liked the last 2 years, the 2 crochet alongs of skip years, so I've skipped those. So it's been a while since I've actually followed along with them. But yeah, perfect opportunity, those two. They're both free. You can use your stash. They spoon feed you the whole way with their brilliantly detailed video tutorials and written tutorials and picture tutorials. The Autumn Delight, I don't know yet. I've never done one of her designs. I'm going to leave that to one of my update videos that I will eventually put up, to explaining all about them and how I'm going with them, and I will let you know if I had any difficulties following along with the written pattern. But from what I've seen so far, she does explain things really well, and the pictures are pretty detailed. So even though there's no video to that one, I don't anticipate a huge problem. Okay, I've talked enough. If you want to follow along, please do. I mean, I would love having you. I think it's going to be a nice challenge. I love doing crochet alongs. I particularly love it when I do more than one. Sometimes I do because, sometimes I'll do the one crochet along, but I'll do it in 3 different colors. You know, if I can't find enough crochet alongs to fill up all the time. That's what I like to do. I like to fill up all the gaps so that I'm just crochet along, crochet along, crochet along. So join me, please, for my Trical-a-thon and watch my progress. Join in with me if you want to, or just watch and see how I go. I'm going to say goodbye now. Thank you so much for watching. Please don't forget your thummies and your comments. All the details are going to be in the description box. I'm going to say bye for now. Take care, and I'll catch you next time. Bye.